Alright, dudes. So I wanted to make another guide here on Charge of the Light for PvP. Because there is this, I don't want to say it's a notion, but I want to say it's kind of, a lot of people have this mentality where it's like, oh, the super complex system where like you gotta manage stacks and like there's all these mods attached to it. And I thought this, me, someone who absolutely loves this game and plays it a ton, a lot, and a lot more than that. And we're going to talk about this. So I'm just going to clear this out and just kind of flex my triumph score that's really embarrassingly low. So, Charge with Light is a system that was implemented in Season of Dawn. That is... Wait. Yeah, Season of Dawn. Sorry, I'm doing this off the top of my head. And you'll see it in combat style. And it's these cool, colorful things. Charge with Light is a... It's like a buff and debuff system, if you will, that you gain stacks of Charge with Light, and you have mods that let you use stacks. So you'll see some of these mods are green in color, like Taking Charge, Shield Break Charge, Empower Finish, Quick Charge, Passively Charge, Warmind's Light, Incinerating Light, Swift Charge. All of these green ones are going to give you Charge with Light. If you look when we mouse over it, it says Become Charge with Light, Become Charge with Light. In any yellow mods, yellow, 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 you're going to see it utilizes a stack of Charge with Light. So anytime you do something, it will consume one stack. So a common one that you see in Crucible is Taking Charge in High Energy Fire. Taking Charge means you pick up an orb of power, and that can be a weapon's masterwork orb, like you get a double kill in Crucible and pick it up, or if someone pops their super and spawns a bubble. And if you have the correct mods, that bubble can give you 2 or even 3 Charge with Light stacks. And, this goes for any orbs generated. I think you can have a maximum of 5 stacks when you have things like stacks on stacks. And, again, that's like a whole other thing. And I can't remember what it's called. Charged up, and there's one more that gives you, it doubles what you have or something like that. I don't remember necessarily off the top of my head. But yeah, I'm digressing here. So it's a really simple system that is you receive a buff and you use a buff. You receive a buff and you use a buff. It's very simple. So what you'll tend to see is people will use, like I said, Taking Charge and High Energy Fire. And then you'll see someone typically has like Powerful Friends just for the 20 mobility. But this is especially powerful in things like 3v3 and Trials. Because when you pick up like an orb, everyone around you also gets it. So that's like the whole team with High Energy Fire, which is a very large damage buff. And again, that works everywhere in the game, including Crucible. So now if you were to have, say, Stacks on Stacks, which is a relatively expensive mod, you get an extra stack, so you could kill an enemy and still have extra damage. And we're talking like kill clip levels of damage buff. I don't think it's quite that much, but it's right around that number. I know kill clip's quite a hefty buff, but another one you'll see is Radiant Light, which, again, casting your super causes nearby allies to become charged with light. So not only, let's say, I pop my Ward of Dawn as a Defender Titan, which is extremely unlikely, or Sentinel Titan, because you just don't see that super very much anymore, but, like, let's say I don't know, I pop Shadebanger, and both of my teammates are next to me, they now have charge, right? They have charge. Let's say they have stacks on stacks. They're now double charge. And if I get kills, they could get triple charge or even more if they have the correct mod setup. Now, you don't have to go super complex, and I'll show you what mine actually looks like. So generally speaking, I don't have anything on the helmet. I could have something on the helmet. If I was going to, it would definitely be like stacks on stacks, because that's super, super good. But again, these come with trade-offs where you lose stats sometimes. So a lot of the times, people are going to focus more on the beneficial ones, like Radiant Light, Powerful Friends. So Radiant Light gives you 20 strength, so that's really good for, Night Stalkers throwing their smokes. And again, that causes your super to become charged, or, casting your super causes allies to become charged with light. I don't think you count as an ally, but I think you benefit off of Powerful Friends or something like that. I don't know. I don't really know how that works. Again, I have Taking Charge here, because just getting a double kill with a Masterwork orb, or like, a shotgun double. There you go, you can pick up an orb and you're set there. High Energy Fires on my boots. Again, you can put this wherever you want because it's not elemental, and you'll see certain mods are like locked to like Void or locked to Arc, for example, like Radiant Light. So it's gonna take a little bit of finessing and kind of working around what you want to have on your armor pieces. But generally speaking, High Energy Fire, Radiant Light, and Powerful Friends are the 3 big ones that you'll see a lot of players use. And again, Powerful Friends, you probably already have Powerful Friends on your armor. Just saying. If you're watching me, that means you probably watch people like Drewski, Cammy, Fallout, and they all pretty much recommend using Powerful Friends off the top of my head, if I'm correct on my assumption. And again, this is very simple. And just with this setup, you are now benefiting your team, you're benefiting yourself, and you're getting a crap ton of extra damage for doing fucking nothing, right? And this Charge of Light works with everything. It works with snipers, it works with shotguns, increasing your one-hit kill range. And there's no real way to tell if someone is charged with light, so you can catch someone by surprise a lot. And if I really wanted to be a dude, like, I could just take, like, one of these off and throw on stacks, and I get an extra stack. I'm at max stacks. And, of course, there's other mods that you can use which will raise your, they'll raise your total charge with light value, that you can max it out at 5. And if I recall correctly, it's a solar mod. And we're going to look for it here in a second. I don't necessarily remember the name of it, but I'm going to find it for you. Supercharge, this is it. So you can have 2 additional stacks. So if you threw this on 2 pieces, you could have 5 stacks of Charge with Light. And that's 5 Guardians you could kill with Kill Clip that doesn't have a timer on it. Charge with Light doesn't expire. And so I just wanted to make this little video to either handhold or simply explain. So if you need the simple answer, Radiant Light, Taking Charge, High Energy Fire, Powerful Friends. At the very least, you want High Energy Fire and Taking Charge. That's it. That's the whole video, you know? So if you needed someone to tell you this is what you need to use, or you're like in the position like me where you kind of didn't want to learn it because it seemed like this really complex system, and I took my time out and learned it like a couple seasons ago, like 4 seasons ago or something like that. I know that's not a couple, it's whatever. It turns out it's actually not a very complex season, and it's a very fun and beneficial thing to the game. Do I think they should work in PvP? Hell no. Hell no. I think it throws this whole like balance of you know what to expect out of whack, and at this point they should just bring back special crates if we're going to have this level of uncertainty in a Crucible. But this isn't a rant video. I like Charge with Light. I love War Mine cells. I think they're both comically busted for the same reason. But hey, hopefully this video helped you out. I know it's a short one, and I'll probably do another upload alongside it today. That's all I got to say. Hopefully this helped you out. Peace, dudes.